Moto 360-2025, will Motorola finally make the smartwatch we deserve? Motorola, it's high time you deliver the Moto 360 we truly deserve. I have a special place in my heart for the original Moto 360, and I'm not talking about the 2019 version that tried to resurrect the brand. Interestingly, I never owned one myself, I simply appreciated what it embodied. It symbolized the evolution of smartwatches into stylish everyday accessories, designed for showcasing rather than just functionality like step tracking or telling time. Just as I was about to get my hands on a Moto 360, Motorola decided to discontinue it, plunging us back into a period of uninspiring smartwatch offerings. But hold on, there are whispers that it might be making a comeback. Rumors from Android headlines suggest Motorola has a new iteration of the Moto 360 on the horizon, potentially arriving this year. All I want is for Motorola to nail this chance. So, what would that look like? Would you invest in a new Motorola smartwatch? First and foremost, let's talk about Wear OS. Motorola has dabbled in Wear OS before. In its earlier days when it was still known as Android Wear, it felt like a somewhat overlooked member of the Google family. That obscurity hindered our enthusiasm for Motorola's wearable software, leading many of us to think that perhaps the Moto 360 needed a timeout. Fast forward to now, and the situation has taken a turn for the worse, not for Wear OS, which has been improved upon by devices like the Pixel Watch and the Galaxy Watch, but certainly for Motorola. While other smartwatches have embraced and enhanced the Wear OS experience, Motorola finds itself stuck with lesser alternatives. Their more economical models, such as the Moto Watch Fit and Moto Watch 120, mimic Apple's watchOS but without the rich app ecosystem or effective fitness tracking features that have made Apple's offering a go-to choice. Wear OS has transformed significantly since its days as Android Wear, and it's about time Motorola hopped back on that train. Thus, the new Moto 360 needs to bring Wear OS back into the fold. It's time for Motorola to recognize that its current operating system doesn't cut it and to harness the great advancements Google has made. Nowadays, Wear OS functions like a dream, packed with a plethora of app integrations, seamless connections to other Google products, and a wide variety of watch faces. Whether or not Motorola revives the flat tire look, embracing Wear OS will help alleviate any pressure associated with the upcoming wearable. By leveraging Google's framework, Motorola can revive beloved features from the original Moto 360 while adding some fresh, exciting options, think playful watch faces and nostalgic nods to the past. The new Moto 360 must also carve out its own identity in a sea of smartwatches. Back in 2014, we witnessed a landmark event in the wearable technology arena, the launch of the Apple Watch. This marked a significant shift, leading to a surge in square watch designs, while earlier fans of Pebble watches felt overlooked as those devices swiftly faded from the spotlight. Notably, that year was also brimming with fitness bands, with companies like Nike and Microsoft trying to capture consumers' attention. To me, the original Moto 360 trumped the rest by closely resembling traditional wristwatches, thanks to its single side button and a singular round display. Flaws and all, I still find that distinctive flat tire design endearing. The clever reduction of the bezel made it appear more appealing overall, despite that slight design quirk. In order for the Moto 360 to truly stand out in the Wear OS landscape, it needs to establish a fresh, recognizable identity akin to popular models like the Pixel Watch or Samsung's Galaxy Watch. To achieve this, it must steer clear of partnerships that produced forgettable models like the Moto Watch 40, 70, and 120, which felt remarkably similar to the Apple and Galaxy watches while being deprived of engaging software. I can't shake the feeling of trepidation after seeing the leaked images. The current design closely resembles the Huawei watch, not the new model, but the older version from 2015. While it's certainly a smartwatch that has its merits, it doesn't spark excitement like it should. When it all comes down to it, Motorola's health tracking needs serious improvement. In the grand scheme of things, I suppose I could tolerate a Moto 360 resembling a Huawei watch. I have enjoyed previous models from that brand. However, if Motorola's smartwatch is to earn a stable spot on my wrist, it must make significant strides in fitness tracking capabilities. Currently, the competition in this space is fierce. Google's purchase of Fitbit has supercharged the Pixel Watch with features such as daily readiness and cardio load metrics, while Samsung enhanced its Galaxy Watch 7 with impressive AI-powered energy scoring tools. These innovations quickly became my preferred metrics when I took a short hiatus from my trusty Garmin. Before I consider giving the Moto 360 a rigorous workout, I yearn for advanced tracking metrics and more accurate health data. The current Moto Watch Fit and Moto Watch 120, however, are stuck in the rut of basic reduced functionality, offering limited activity tracking focused mainly on calories, steps, heart rates, and sleep quality, all while lacking comprehensive feminine health support and detailed analytics that competitors like Pixel Watch and Galaxy Watch provide. If Motorola can elevate its game and come within striking distance of top-tier offerings, the Moto 360 just might stand a chance. To pull this off, it would require a comeback of legendary proportions. Think of the New England Patriots' triumph in Super Bowl 51 or the Cleveland Cavaliers' 2016 championship comeback. It must showcase growth and progress made since the last release of the Moto 360, leaving behind the underwhelming days of Ebueno's forgettable watches. Motorola has surprised me in the past, and I would genuinely love to see the new Moto 360 rise to the occasion once again. Moto 360, 2025 Relaunch, Dual OS Smartwatch Revolution. Get ready for a game-changer in the smartwatch world. The Moto 360 is making a grand comeback in 2025 with a dual OS and a fresh design. Motorola, a name synonymous with innovation, is rumored to be reviving its iconic Moto 360 smartwatch, one of the pioneering round-faced watches that ran on Android Wear. According to Android headlines, the new Moto 360 will boast a unique hybrid dual operating system, blending Google's Wear OS in smart mode with a real-time operating system, RTOS, in power saver mode. This innovative approach aims to deliver advanced features without sacrificing battery life, a strategy recently embraced by OnePlus in their smartwatch lineup. What's in store for the 2025 Moto 360? Leaked images reveal that the 2025 Moto 360 will maintain its hallmark circular display, complete with hour and minute markers on the bezel. Unlike the square-shaped Moto Watch Fit, this model stays true to its classic round form. The device features a rotating crown at the 2 o'clock position, adorned with the Motorola M logo, and a secondary button at 4 o'clock, resembling the design of the OnePlus Watch 3. Expect it to come in 5 vibrant color options. But here's where it gets interesting. Motorola's recent smartwatches have utilized their proprietary Moto Watch OS, optimized for speed and battery efficiency but limited in app support. The upcoming Moto 360, however, will seamlessly switch between 2 operating systems. Smart Mode, where OS provides full access to apps, notifications, and features through Google's extensive ecosystem. Power Saver Mode, which transitions to a lightweight real-time OS, enabling basic functions like fitness tracking, media control, and Bluetooth calling, all while preserving battery life. This hybrid OS system is crafted to strike a perfect balance between performance and battery longevity, making the smartwatch a versatile companion for all-day use. A quick recap of the Moto 360's journey. The Moto 360 first hit the market in 2014, standing out as one of the earliest Android Wear smartwatches alongside offerings from Samsung and LG. Its round design was a standout feature, despite facing criticism for the flat tire display cutout at the bottom. Motorola released 2 iterations of the Moto 360 before discontinuing the line in 2017. In 2019, the Moto 360 made a brief reappearance under the brand eBuy Now through a licensing agreement, though Motorola was no longer directly involved. The 2025 version signals Motorola's triumphant return to the Moto 360 lineage, promising a rejuvenated design and enhanced OS capabilities. The highly anticipated smartwatch is slated for release later this year. And this is the part most people miss. How do you think this dual OS approach will fare in the competitive smartwatch market? Will it set a new standard or fall short of expectations? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Moto 360, 2025, leaks around smartwatch, possibly Wear OS. The return of the Moto 360 is nothing short of electrifying, and it's stirring debates among enthusiasts and skeptics alike. A fresh leak has emerged showcasing a reimagined Moto 360, 2025, smartwatch, reviving the classic round design, yet it remains an open question whether this device will operate on Wear OS. According to Android headlines, the new Moto 360 is expected to debut later this year, and notably, it appears that Motorola itself is taking the lead in its production, a stark contrast to the 2020 reboot attempt, which involved third-party efforts and ultimately fizzled out. This new model boasts a round display encased in a chassis that mimics the look of stainless steel, complete with decorative watch markings on the bezel, reminiscent of the style seen in Samsung's classic series. The device is reported to come in 5 different colors and is paired with a stylish metal link band. When it comes to usability, the design includes a sizable, rotatable crown positioned at the top of the right-hand side, accompanied by an additional button situated just below it, promising intuitive navigation for users. Despite these detailed insights about the hardware, the operating system remains a point of speculation. While some hints suggest that the smartwatch could run on Wear OS, there's also a suggestion that Motorola might continue to rely on its own Motos, as it has done with its past smartwatch offerings. The mention of Moto Watch OS infuses further uncertainty, leaving fans to wonder if this term refers purely to previous models like the Moto Watch Fit or if it signifies a new direction for the Moto 360. There is plenty of room for discussion here. Could the potential shift in software be a clever move, or is it a point of controversy that might split opinions among tech aficionados? And what does it mean for the legacy of a device that once set a high standard for smartwatch design? We invite you to share your take on whether the revival of such an iconic name justifies a possible departure from Wear OS, or if the charm of the classic design combined with new features is enough to win you over. For those eager to keep up with Motorola's latest developments, there are additional stories worth reading about the new Moto 360, the innovative features of the Motorola Razr, 2025, and upcoming updates as Motorola smartphones eventually roll out Android 16. What do you think? Will the renewed legacy of the Moto 360 live up to its iconic past, or will it spark a fresh wave of debate in the tech community? Your thoughts and opinions are more than welcome in the comments.